Alright, first we need to generate a couple of equations. We're told the sum of two numbers is 6. So if we did x plus 6 equals y, then we have two unknowns. I'd like to have just one unknown. So what I'll do is I'll have x as one number, and the other number will therefore be 6 take x, because these two will then add to make a value of 6. So let x and 6 take x be the numbers. Now we're told their product is negative 40. Therefore I know that x times by 6 take x is negative 40. And that's an equation that we can solve. It's quadratic, so we need to expand and make one side 0. So we get that, but I don't like working with negative x squareds, so let's multiply everything by negative 1. And now we need to factorise that. So two numbers that times to make negative 40 and add to make negative 6. If we use 10 times by 4, the difference in those numbers is 6. And if I had negative 10 times by positive 4, that would multiply to make negative 40, add to make negative 6. So therefore my two solutions, x equals 10 or x equals negative 4. So we need to write in words what the answer is. So the two numbers are going to be when x was one of the numbers. So we've got 10, and if we have 6 take away 10, we get negative 4. Or if we use the other solution, negative 4 in place of x, then if we place negative 4 in here, we'll get positive 10 again. So we in fact get the same two solutions that we had the first time. Alright, this problem here, we've got the sum of a number and 4 times its reciprocal. So if the first number is x, the next number would be 4 times by 1 on x, and that is equal to 8 and a half. We can simplify that equation there, make that 4 on x, make that 17 on 2. Now we can simplify that equation by multiplying both sides by 2x. So we end up with 2x squared plus 8 is equal to 17x. Now make one side 0 there, and we get that there. We should also make a note here that if we times both sides by 2x, we need to take into account that x cannot equal 0. So PV, provided that x is not equal to 0, we can do this step here. So now we'll factorise this quadratic here. So the 2 on the x squared has factors of 2 and 1. The constant of 8 has factors of 8 and 1. If I multiply across here, I get 16 and 1. Now vertically I'm going to add those, and I need to get this coefficient here of negative 17. That's not going to work unless I change the 8 and the 1 into both negatives. They multiply to make our positive 8 here, but multiply across to make negative 16. Negative 1 adds to make negative 17, which is our coefficient over here. So our factors will become 2x times by x for the 2x squared, and the 2 and the negative 1 are in one bracket, and the x take a in the other bracket. So solving, we end up with x equals a half or x equals 8. So these are our two numbers. So the number is either a half or 8. Alright, next example. We have a right angle triangle, so let's begin by drawing our triangle. Now the hypotenuse is 2 longer than one leg. Let's call one leg x, therefore the hypotenuse is 2 more than that. Now the hypotenuse is also 4 longer than the other leg. So this leg here must be 4 less than the hypotenuse. So take away 4 from x plus 2, we get x minus 2. So they are our 3 sides. So now we can generate an equation linking the 3 sides using Pythagoras' theorem. And this is a quadratic in terms of x. So we need to expand and make one side 0. And we can see that some things will cancel out there. We've got a plus 4 on both sides. We've got an x squared on both sides. So let's rearrange that equation there. And we get that. So factorise that, take out the x. Use the null factor law. We get x equals 0 or x equals 8. Now, given that x is the length of a triangle, side of a triangle, this answer here is not possible. So, as x is greater than 0, then we know that x equals 8 must be our solution. And therefore the hypotenuse, what we want, will be 8 plus 2, which will be 10 centimetres.